Sinner will be one of greatest players we've ever seen. The world number ones commanding 6-3, 7-6, 7-4, 6-3 win over second seed Alexander Zverev in the Australian Open final meant Sinner became Italy's first three-time Grand Slam champion. The 23-year-old has started the season in the same imperious form as he ended the last, extending his career-best winning streak to 21 matches. But while uncertainty around his ongoing doping case remains, on the court, Sinner remains an unstoppable force. Sinner, if he's not already, is going to be one of the greatest players we have ever seen, former Wimbledon champion Pat Cash told BBC Radio 5 Live. He is in an era where we have just lost a whole bunch of champions, so how many Grand Slams can he actually win? The image of Sinner vomiting into a wheelie bin by the side of the court is not one many would expect to mark the start of a new reign of dominance in men's tennis. But that image, as he battled illness at the China Open in October 2023, has become synonymous with the moment Sinner evolved into a serial title winner. He would go on to win that match. And that tournament. And most matches he has contested in the 15 months since. From the start of that tournament in Beijing, Sinner's record is 98 wins and just 9 defeats, and 3 of those losses were against four-time Grand Slam champion and rival Carlos Alcaraz. Sinner replaced Novak Djokovic as world number 1 in June 2024 and since then has won a record equaling 47 of his first 50 matches as the top-ranked men's player, matching Bjorn Borg and Jimmy Connors. He also has a 30-2 record at slams since winning his first Melbourne title 12 months ago. Cash said, "Sinner and Alcaraz are so far ahead of everybody else. Until other young guys come through, it is a two-horse race. We saw that for a while with Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, then came Andy Murray, Djokovic and Stan Wawrinka. Things can change really quickly, but as of now it's a one-horse or two-horse race for the Grand Slams." Before Sinner became the youngest man since 1993 to win back-to-back Australian Open men's singles titles, co-coaches Simone Vagnozzi and Darren Cahill identified Sinner's maturity as key to his progress. Australian Cahill, coach to former top-ranked players Andre Agassi and Andy Murray, said, "He's just 23 but sometimes it feels like he's much older and wiser than we are. He's an incredible young man. He's matured, for sure, not just on the court but certainly off it as well. You grow up fast. You need a wise head on your shoulders. Jannik has one of those." Sinner moves exceptionally well for his 6 feet 3 inches frame, marrying court-consuming agility with robust endurance. His serve has also improved. Sinner won 91.4% of his service games in 2024, his 563 aces representing a 29% increase on the year before and more than 50% on 2022. He led the tour for second serve points won, 57.9%, and, in condemning Zverev to a third major final defeat, became just the fourth player in 35 years to not face a single breakpoint in a major final. Perhaps what separates Sinner from most is his resilience in high-pressure moments. He saved an unmatched 73.7% of the breakpoints he faced in 2024, while also ranking second for tiebreaks won, 75%. Sinner has also credited sleep as a key factor in his success, including pre-match naps. "Usually I'm quite relaxed until 20 minutes before the match," Sinner said. "I try to sleep in as long as possible. I slept around 10 hours, before playing in the third round. Hopefully I wake up when it counts." Sinner is the first player to claim 10 successive straight-set wins over top 10 opponents since the ATP rankings were established in 1973. But, while he has started the year in the same dominant fashion he ended the last, there is uncertainty over his future. Sinner was cleared of any wrongdoing by an independent tribunal after twice testing positive for the banned substance clostebol in March 2024. However, the World Anti-Doping Agency has appealed against that decision and will seek a ban of between 1 and 2 years at the Court of Arbitration for Sport on 16 to 17 April. That hearing will take place more than 5 weeks before Roland Garros, the second Grand Slam of the year, but it is not known whether a verdict will be delivered before then. "I think Jannik likes this situation, the pressure point, to be in a storm, in a difficult moment. In this moment, he plays the best tennis," his coach Vagnozzi said. Former British player Annabel Croft told BBC Radio 5 Live, "There's a lot coming up. I think you have to just admire the way he just puts it all to one side and focuses on one point, one day at a time.